สวัสดีครับคุณผู้ชมครับต้อนรับเข้าสู่ห้องเรียนที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในโลกครับวันนี้เป็นตอนต่อจากคราวที่แล้วครับร้องเพลงกันสนุกเลยนะฮะวันนี้เช่นเคยครับอยู่ผู้เชี่ยวชาญ2ท่านท่านแรกครับรองศาสตราจารย์จารุณีหงส์จารุครับอาจารย์จากภาควิชาศิลปะการละครคณะอักษรศาสตร์จุฬาลงกรณ์มหาวิทยาลัยครับอีกท่านหนึ่งครับอาจารย์เศรษฐพรหน่อคำครับอาจารย์จากโรงเรียนสาธิตพัฒนาครับสวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับอยากจะแนะนำเป็นดนตรีจริงๆครับแต่ก็เกรงใจหลายๆท่านอยู่อาจารย์จารุณีจากจุฬาลงกรณ์อาจารย์เศรษฐพรจากสาธิตพัฒนาพอได้ไหมฮะ
โอ้โหได้เลย
อย่างนี้พอได้
ต้องแรปนิดหน่อย
แต่พอฟังแล้วผมว่าเพื่อนครูหลายท่านอาจจะเกิดแรงบันดาลใจเอาไปแต่งเพลงหรือว่าเอาไปให้เด็กเขาได้ฝึกร้องหรือสอนในชั้นเรียนอาจจะมีเพิ่มมากขึ้นอันนี้ก็เป็นการดีมากนะฮะเรามาชมกันต่อครับเพราะคราวที่แล้วเนี่ยก็ได้ตัวอย่างมาเยอะทีเดียววันนี้มีตัวอย่างเยอะเหมือนกันครับจะมีโรงเรียนที่ยากจนอาจจะอยู่ในพื้นที่ที่อุปกรณ์การเรียนการสอนขาดแคลนเพราะฉะนั้นอุปกรณ์ดนตรีแบบนี้ที่จะมีอะไรต่างๆเนี่ยหายากมากแล้วจะทำยังไงวันนี้มีตัวอย่างด้วยนะครับแล้วก็เราจะได้ชมกันว่าเขาสอนร้องเพลงแอฟริกาใต้เนี่ยเขาสอนกันแบบไหนลองไปชมกันแล้วเดี๋ยวกลับมาคุยกันต่อครับ
Day 2 of my journey and I was going to a very different type of school, R.A. Padiachi Primary School in the village of Umhlali, about 40 kilometres north of Durban. It's a very socially deprived area where it struck me forcefully just how devastating the HIV pandemic had become across large parts of Africa. Unsurprisingly, the school has very few resources and no music specialist. If they want instruments, they make their own. So what can they teach us in the UK about singing? Hello.
Nice to meet you. What a privilege to have you for the third time.
The head teacher, Mrs. Reddy, wanted me to see a life orientation lesson. It's similar to PSHE in the UK and aims to give children the skills, knowledge and values to prepare them for adulthood. The songs they use in these classes, though, aren't about chocolate, football or the wheels on the bus going round and round.
Today I have a very exciting lesson, boys and girls, for you, and I hope you will all enjoy it. Can Clementine come in front, please? Can I also call one boy? Rapunzel, come in front, please. Okay. Tell me, if they want to remain like this for the rest of their life or until they become 21 years old, how should they behave? Victor?
They must take care of themselves, ma'am. Must respect of the school rules. They must take care of themselves. Then, after when they're 21 years old, they finish this matric, they must get married or one must get a job.
I think we should give him a big round of applause, isn't it? Very good. He said they must take care of themselves, they must finish their education, isn't it? And every time life orientation teaches us about behaving ourselves as boys and as girls, isn't it? We should not do things that we are not supposed to do. We should not be getting a mix-up with the boys and girls, isn't it? And having sex with boys and girls, isn't it? And now we are going to receive a message from our Zulu dance group. And I want you to listen and sing and dance with them, enjoy with them.
There was something spellbinding about the way these children sang and danced. They perform with an energy and abandon that is so full of freedom and joyous physicality that it seems at odds with the terrible limitations of poverty that blight their lives. Maybe people who live in the shadow of death understand life better than everyone else. A short interlude with Padiachi's own boy band followed, and then it was the boys' turn at singing. This song talks about the AIDS pandemic. One of the lines says, "We ask you, brother who has this disease, to disclose your status in the community and look after yourself." It's a very serious message, but it's not an adult giving a lecture. It's young people singing. Every class at the school wanted to perform for me. Singing at Padiachi seems to serve many purposes, and I wanted to talk to the teacher, Nellie, about it. Nellie, why do you use songs in the teaching of social and moral issues?
Yes, in fact, I'm very happy you have asked that question. I feel it has to do with the community that you live around all the time, and it has to do with the children that you teach. You have to look first at your own school and your own children, who are they and where they come from, their social background. Their songs, it helps a lot, because if you look at them, at the songs themselves, they are not something that comes from the school, you teach from the school syllabus. It's something that really has to do with their community life. And they do these kind of songs at home maybe, and without knowing or realizing that they are teaching them. But to a child's mind now, it's a lesson or whatever message is in that song.
Yes, many of the children who come here are from Zulu backgrounds, and they have songs and dances of their own culture. What do you do then for the other children who don't have that background?
You have to ask all of them first, is there anybody who wants to tell us or do a dance, anything you want to do that you like, you enjoy most? It has to do with them. It's about themselves as the young students. So they will learn from each other. Isaac comes with another song, and they all love it. So if you find they all love it, let Isaac teach the whole group. So whether it's a white child or Indian child, they will all enjoy it.
If you have a young person in your class with a particular emotional difficulty they're dealing with, do you have a special way of dealing with that?
Hug her or talk to her and talk nicely and say, listen here, my love, you can trust. I always call them my love. Listen to me, my love. You can trust me. If you got anything, any problem, just tell me what's wrong, what is eating you up, why are you not so happy? Then definitely you end up winning her, because you tell her, you promise her, listen here, if it has to do with your house, mommy or dad at home, I will never tell anybody. It's between you and me.
Can you always find a song for an occasion?
Yes, of course, sometimes you find a song for the occasion, but that song, it must never be a song that will make a child feel sad, more sad, like, it must be something to make her overcome the situation, make her happy, feel, feel healed inside. Yes, it must be a healing song.
A healing song. And that sums up what singing means to this community. So, Padiachi Primary School, what have I learnt here? Well, first I've learnt that there's only one teacher who even understands a little bit of notation. The rest of the teachers have no musical understanding whatsoever. And yet, in this school, singing and music takes place all day, every day, and in that environment, the children become more empowered themselves to introduce songs themselves, to teach each other songs, to get up and join in. I've also learnt that, for example, pitch recognition, which we take as terribly seriously in the West. Oh, get that note exactly in tune. Here, they don't really bother with that when they're very young. And what happens is over the 2 or 3 years as they sing every day, every week, is the pitch sorts itself out amongst the group. Their ears start to attune to what the note should be. It doesn't seem to be such an issue here. So I think really what I come away from this rather amazing place feeling is that incredible spirit, people really wanting to live and be positive. And the most extraordinary way you see that is through their musical expression. You'd never guess in a million years by the way they move and where their bodies respond to music and the way they sing that around the corner they live in conditions that most people in Britain would be horrified to see. So I think it's an incredible lesson to us, very humbling lesson to us, but also a real sign of what music, singing can do amongst non-specialist teachers with children who just want to join in. It's day 3 of my journey and a visit to our final school in the suburbs west of Durban. This is Manor Gardens Primary School, set in the lush tropical hills above the city of Durban. And although it looks pretty idyllic, it is in fact a state school, a community school, and the children come from a wide variety of social backgrounds. They have a permanent member of staff doing music every day of the week, and I'm interested to find out if this has an impact on the way the children approach their singing. The first song I heard was composed by Janet Result, the music teacher here, and was called Children of the Nation. Songs like this, that children can relate to, go a long way towards engaging them in singing.
We are the children of the nations of Africa. We are the children of the nations.
Music teacher Janet has been working here for 9 years, and as well as composing her own songs for her classes, she also has a comprehensive collection of children's songs in many different genres from all over the world. Seeing these boys singing with the girls in this call and response song, it makes me wonder whether they're singing because they've been told to sing or because they actually like singing. So I'm going to ask them and find out. You guys, I assume, have been singing since you were very small in this school. So tell me what you think about singing now you're getting a bit older.
It's just the same as ever.
Yeah, well, I like singing. I've done it from grade 1, I was in the choir. But now, yeah, I still sing.
What would you say to boys who are your age who think, or maybe would say, that singing's a bit like for girls, not for boys? What would you say about that?
Singing's for enjoyment. You sing to please yourself. You sing for yourself, not for anybody else.
Yeah.
You sing to be happy. You just sing to enjoy life. Because life isn't anything without any music. Music brings joy to the world. Music is like the soul, the heart of this earth. If there was no music, people would be like all drab and boring, and they'll like walk around having nothing to say.
Do you think some boys do feel a bit embarrassed about singing?
My personal view about it is that when they're older, they think singing is just, oh man, I'm too old for that. But if you started at a young age, it kind of like gets into, I want to sing, it's nice, you know.
And do you think with singing that it actually makes you feel better? I mean, actually makes you feel better? Not just your emotions, but actually when you've done a bit of singing, you feel good?
It makes you feel energetic that sometimes you just feel it. Every time you sing, you just feel your energy rising.
If you have a rough day at school or something like that, just go home and sing and laugh about it, and it makes you feel a little better.